So we've been able to add a custom field, and we can see that a custom field has to have the correct data type chosen, and then it can just be a free text enter as long as people are entering the correct data type, obviously. Or it can be a lookup list, so you're restricting what people can do. They can just click in the drop down and make a choice, which is sometimes a lot easier because then you're controlling what you're going to get. Now, there are other types of custom fields. We can use formulas within our custom fields, for example. So let's go back to the custom field dialog box and look at creating a new custom field, but using a formula. So if I wanted to create a new column based on the cost, the new column would need to be a cost field. I'll choose the first one, which is cost one, and rename. So I'm going to call it Inc. VAT. So including the VAT. Then in my custom attributes, I don't want it to be a none. I don't want people to be able to just type in. I don't want a lookup. I want an actual formula. So click on formula, and then my Inc. VAT equals is already defined for me as part of the formula. All I need to do now is follow up with the actual mathematical formula. Now, there are a little bit of things that help down here. There's a field option. This gives me a choice of existing fields. So I could use the cost category and then come across to cost, and that places the cost field in there. And you can see it's just the name of the field with square brackets behind. So I could have typed it. And then I want to take the cost field and multiply it. So there's a little asterisk there. Again, I could have typed it. And then we're going to multiply the cost by 1.2, which will add on 20% to the current cost. Now you'll notice, as well as a field drop down, which allows you to see fields from each of the various categories, we also have a function drop down, which then gives you a category of variety of functions. So we've got conversion functions, date time functions, general functions, math functions, Microsoft project functions, and then text functions. So there's quite a few functions you can use within your formula to actually make it quite complicated if required. We're doing quite a simple one. I seem to have inadvertently chosen something else while we've been clicking as well, which is the cost field multiplied by 1.2. Okay. It does say that anything already in that field will be deleted. That's fine. I'm quite happy with that. Because I've got a numeric field, I've got the option for what to do with the summary tasks. Do I want to roll them up and show an average, a max, a min, a sum, or average of the first sublevel? Well, actually, I'd like to sum them. So it's going to work out the cost with the VAT for each task and then sum that up to the summary task. What to do for assignment rows? Well, we're not making use of any, so that's none, and we don't want a graphical indicator at this stage. So I've created a new custom field that uses a calculation. Okay, I can then add in that field. Why don't we change the table to the cost table? In the cost table, I can then see the actual cost. Add in a new column at the end here, which is my Inc. VAT. So alphabetically, after the I's, and there's the Inc. VAT, which should be the total cost plus 20%. So the roll-up's working because that's 10,269 becomes 12,323, and individual tasks are working. 1442 becomes 1731. We've created a new formula field and we've placed that into our cost table, because as soon as you've created it as a task field, it can go into any of the task tables. Let's create one other. Firstly, let's change the table back to the entry table. So we're on the Gantt chart tools format, custom fields. We already have a cost custom field. We're going to add a finish custom field. I'm going to rename the first of those finishes to real finish. Okay. Again, it's going to use the formula and it's going to take the date field finish and simply add 1. It's going to add a day to the current finish date of all my tasks and create a new field called real finish. Okay, again, because I'm creating the formula field, it says if there's anything there, you're going to lose that. That's fine, lose it. It's a new field anyway. What do I want to do about any roll-ups at all? Nothing. Won't really apply to a summary task. So, okay. If I then add in my new column, which is the real finish, begins with an R. It has finish 1 in brackets, so I know that it's a custom field. And this will simply be all of the left-hand finish dates plus 1. And because we've chosen nothing in the roll-up option, I'm seeing NA in the project summary and in the task summaries. If, however, I go back to my custom field, there's my field refinish, And in the calculation of task and group summary rows, I actually tell it to use the same formula. Okay. Then you see how real finish works out one day on for each of the summaries as well. So that's quite a clever use of the rollup. So that's a calculated field, a field with a formula. Mechanically, we start the same process, custom fields, choose the correct data type that you want to deal with, rename if necessary, then into formula and create your formula in here using current fields if you want to, picking on any of the functions you might need to work out whatever you're trying to work out, and then okay. If you're adding a formula, you'll always get the message about this will delete anything that's already in the cells. That's fine. Go ahead and let it delete because you've started from scratch anyway. In Microsoft Project, we have this ability to create our additional fields, be they straightforward entry fields, lookup fields, or fields with calculating formula.